Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coffee on the Coast. I'm your host, Tina Prigge, and I'm here today with Tony Plekan from the library. He's here to talk to us today about the ManitoWalk. So, Tony, tell us a little bit about the ManitoWalk. How long has it been going on? What do you do on it? Stuff like that.
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for having me on. Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know that we're having some downtown historic walking tours happening. So I'll be taking people down the streets of down 8th Street, and we'll be looking at 10 different buildings that have historical connections to the city, kind of giving you a little bit of background about the people who founded that business or that establishment, and just kind of how things have changed around here a little bit. We've been offering this tour for a few years now, more than 5 years. This is the first time that I'm offering the tour, so I'm very excited to be a part of that and to kind of share the history with our residents.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And congratulations on this being your first year for that. So,
Yeah.
it says here registration opens. So, what is the process for registration? Where do you go? Is it online or in person?
Yeah, you can register online now. We had one scheduled for August 4th. Now that the registration is open now. There was only one spot left last I checked, but we will having our second tour, which will be on Monday, August 11th at 5:30. I'll go to approximately 7 o'clock, and to register, just either sorry, it starts on Monday at 9 a.m. for registration.
Okay.
So you can either come to the library or just give us a phone call, and then we can sign you up or sign multiple people up. There's a limited number of spots, so I do recommend calling ahead starting on Monday. Try to
Yeah.
reserve your spot for August 11th.
And do you know how many spots would be available then?
It's 16 spots is
Okay.
what we're because we'll be on the sidewalk walking down 8th Street, so to make sure that
Right.
everybody can, I'll be shouting pretty loud with the traffic, but it should work out okay. Just
Yeah.
that everybody can fit in and kind of see what's going on. So, and the first tour, the one for August 4th, that was during the day, that filled really fast. So, the more interest there is in it, hopefully we can offer more tours going down the line.
Right. And so you said 5:30 to 7, so that's about an hour and a half commitment, not too long for anybody wanting to go.
Yeah, going out, an evening stroll and listening to some history about Manitowoc.
And looks like it says 18 and up, so that's an
Mm,
important thing to note.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you
for
said
adults.
and so what would the oldest building be then that people could see on this tour?
The oldest building is for Kathy's backstage door pub, the one that's right next to the library. Well, it's currently in
Mhm.
that building. That's actually from 1853 is when that
Wow.
building was constructed. So obviously they weren't the first tenants,
Right.
so it's had some turnover over the years. But it's yeah. So these buildings, they range from mid 1800s to about like the early 1900s for other buildings like the Dempsey Building, which is right near Bernstein's confectionery.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That one, I believe, was between like 1910 and 1915 when it was built. So we've got quite the range, but yeah, mostly 19th century
And are they
and
all
20th.
centurions then? Are they all older than 100 years?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
So and yeah, and still here in Manitowoc. So there's
Yeah.
it's a historical district, the 8th Street. So and most of the buildings, I believe, they also have markers on them, which is really cool to point out once we get there. So it'll have a little plaque with some information about it as well.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. Yeah, those are pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, is there any information that you think people should know about this tour? Like, how much walking is it going to be? For those who maybe have trouble or something.
Yeah, there is quite a bit of walking. Now we do stay on 8th Street, but we start at the library. We ask that everybody meets here at the flagpole outside because we start with the library, the history of that in the community. We go over the bridge, do a couple buildings, come back over the bridge, up to the courthouse because the courthouse story is really fun, especially with like learning about like there was a jailbreak with like one of the first buildings in there. So
Oh,
that's
really? That's
the
awesome.
story I really enjoyed reading about. And then we come back around, ending at Kathy's.
Okay.
So it is quite the trek, um, but there's a lot to learn along the way. So it's definitely worth taking the walk.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And so you'd say then it is probably handicap accessible because it's just all on the sidewalks, no stairs
Right.
really.
Yes.
All right,
Yep.
excellent. Um, and you said today too. Then there was an event at Pet School happening.
Oh yeah. Just another shout out for the fifth Bruin Bee. that we're having at Pet Skull tonight. I believe that's at 6 o'clock. Registration for that, if you wanted to be a speller, it's a spelling competition. That has closed, I believe. But if you want to come in and see the competition and just have a good time, you're welcome to stop by Pet Skull. So that'll be a really good time.
Yeah, awesome. And that's right downtown too in a historic building.
Yeah.
On
Yes.
Yeah. And so, yeah, it looks like the one for August 4th is 10 a.m. And you said there are some spots open for that still?
Last I checked, there was one spot left for the
Okay.
10 a.m. session on Monday, August 4th. Now that might already be gone by now, but
Right.
registration opens this Monday at 9 a.m. for the August 11th class, session, which happens in the evening. So please, either give us a phone call or stop by after the library opens at 9 on Monday and sign up for your spot. I'd be happy to have you and happy to share some stories. I'm also looking forward to hearing what the participants remember from, if you grew up in the area, what businesses do you remember? Like I would go to like my parents' basement and Book World, some of those other places that aren't here anymore. So I'm curious to hear about what other people remember from the downtown.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there'd be some great stories to hear there
Yeah.
and
So yeah,
really
looking
bolster your
forward
own
to it.
knowledge. Yeah.
So
Awesome. Well, yeah, that sounds like a really great event, Tony. Um, Thank you for being our guest today on Coffee on the Coast.